Mm. Hey, we got sound. Sweet. All right. Welcome, everyone, to SEO This Week, episode number 77. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you all had a great weekend. Not a whole lot in the internet sphere. Things have quieted down last week, thankfully. And I appreciate that. I would say relaxing pace. And I think the relaxing pace actually came about because Google launched a lot of their AI features and new models, et cetera, in the Google I/O. And I watched that live, or at least some of it. I'm not a developer, so I couldn't understand most of it. But I watched in particular a lot of the product review stuff and things that they're doing in that regards to AI and Gemini Pro and playing with all those new functions in the AI Google AI Studio, et cetera. And they all look very interesting, and it's beyond search, in my opinion. So first, I think SGE, which they released into the wild for pretty much everyone, is a complete waste of time. It's a featured snippet, and it's generative, i.e., it's making answers up consistently. And if it was quoting cited resources, etc., it's just, to me, it would be easier for them to just keep the money that they're using on generative AI inside of the search results, and use the continue to use the featured snippet and provide research answers. So use their AI tool to find research answers from cited sources, the sources that they can actually cite, and then just enhance the featured snippet versus putting a generative language, large language model inside of the search results. So and looking around and looking at the normal people, i.e., not SEOs, and how they're using AI and how they're reacting to generative AI inside of Google search results, they're leaving. They're going to Bing, and they're going to, or the Bing other provided search results, i.e., Yahoo and DuckDuckGo, et cetera. And Bing's taking up market share because Google is trying to be everything to everybody in regards to search. And I don't think they should do that. I like the idea of monetizing AI uh, for Gemini and just leveraging Google AI Studio to monetize AI in that way for that business and focus on that aspect of it separately from the search results. And if they had done that, I think that they would have had a way more buy-in from what they got now. The other thing I would like to see them do is actually create a Google bot instructions to keep AI models from reading your stuff. Now, this isn't, and this would actually be more applicable to say, I would almost say like storytelling type blogs and that kind of thing. Because if you're an information provider, and you live and die off of advertising, then you want other people citing you because that citation becomes a backlink. And that's even the same with AI, as long as the AI companies continue to do that. They create backlinks to their cited sources. So you want that to happen. But if you're, let's say, um, I would like a coach, a nonfiction author, a fiction author. You live and die based off of the words that you are creating, and not the views, but the actual wording and the selling and the messaging. Then might not necessarily want AI reading your stuff and then summarizing it, for lack of a better term, et cetera. And then your buyers don't buy your books because they get the 30-second summarized version off of ChatGPT or Google Gemini. So I would like to see a bot that Google creates that, or a that is only for, and it's identified as this is teaching our large language models, and then being able to block that. Because right now you can't do it. Well, technically you can, but you have to put no snippet on your websites, and essentially that just wipes out any meta descriptions, etc. Any feature snippets. People also ask. All those things are you deny. You say I want to turn it all off. I don't want access to that stuff because you don't want to be in Gemini. And I think that's a little bad. Um, but we'll see how that all runs. There's been a lot of news also about using make.com. If you've never seen make.com, you essentially create nodes, and make.com, you can build your own automations out of it. And it's actually, it can be as complex as you want it to be, or pretty simple too. And I've gotten into it because of Dan Kurtz. He talked it up and he showed me a couple diagrams and stuff, and then he gave me a couple to play with for my own needs, and it's pretty cool, right? So, and this is leveraging AI and a little bit of automation and some human intervention and stuff to repurpose content is one of the things that he gave me. He's also got one that writes full books, but the one that he gave me was um, leveraging. Let's say I do a blog post on a client's website, the AI will actually go and do the other promotion stuff for me, i.e., I could turn it into a podcast using 11 Labs if I want to. I could put it on SoundCloud. I could put it in a YouTube video with some imagery, etc. And you can do a whole lot of that stuff with Make. So I think that's pretty cool, and a new adventure to look into, especially if you're not a developer per se, but you can understand enough to be dangerous. And turning on and that kind of stuff. And there's plenty of people also on the interwebs, both on YouTube and just out there, that are sharing their own little diagrams, etc., to leverage Make, which is something interesting that you guys can look at too if you're into that. I'm going to get more into it myself. Now, what I'm going to do with that, I'm not entirely sure. Do I make a course? Like I don't know enough about it to be making courses and stuff, but I could probably, if I get some stuff working, share with my followers inside of SIA, or I mean the SIA members, etc., and be able to incorporate that more into the search. All right, let's get on to um, the questions, and there's none in the chat box. I'm gonna go look on the Google Drive form, see if there's any in there. And then that doesn't get us something. Oh, that's cool. There's some here. All right, let's go. Let me get this out of my way. There we go. A few years back, you shared how to use Oxygen Builder to build affiliate sites. Is it still viable use today? If not, what tools do you recommend? I still, to this day, use Oxygen, Tim. It's a very good builder. They're maintaining it. There are some bugs with it. There's a cut, like it's right now, there's a security notice. That's the biggest thing. There's a security notice going out there. The developers of Oxygen say it's not a security threat, and then there's other people in their tools and stuff that say it is a security threat. Um, so but that's with all builders, right? Regardless of the one you choose, there's going to be a whole bunch of people bitching and crying about it. So use at your own discretion. I like Oxygen. There's also bricks, and then there's a couple other ones too, but I use Oxygen right now, and I continue to recommend it. Let's see. What's your number one backlink off page to rank affiliate and content sites where the keywords are more competitive? I use tiered link building through SEO Neo and press release mostly. Well, number one, I wouldn't give it to you even if you gave me money because it's mine. Uh, but you're using a combination of link building techniques, Felix, and that's the point. So you need to find the combination of techniques that work in your niche, and then you need to keep your mouth shut. In regards to the formulation or the organization of those backlinks, i.e., you're using SEO Nitro for tier one, and then using Neo to boost the Nitros, and then using press releases to kind of boost everything up together. And what's your tiered linking map? What's that look like? And that's unique to you. And so is your anchor text ratios and anchor text analysis. That's unique to you. So those things you need to shut up about. I mean, if you're looking at Neo in regards to use Neo for link building and use these functions for Neo, then you can talk about those because those are things that everyone can have access to, etc. But a number one backlink off page strategy to rank an affiliate, if I had it, I guarantee you I wouldn't be sitting on YouTube blabbing to you guys, because if it's the number one, then it would mean I'm making an ass ton of money, and then why do I need to sit here and blah blah blah? um, so you're always learning, you're always trying to figure it out, and you're always doing it each and every time you're in a new market, and then you're trying to rank for a new category or in a new keyword. So there's never a number one. It's always a combination of, and once you figure out that combination for your market that is making you money, shut your mouth about the combination. Don't give people that combination, the key to the combination lock. You can show them the combination lock. You can show them the different link stuff that you're making, but don't give them the key to the lock. Let's see. I want to do schema on a brand new website that we're about to build. It will be filled with informational content and rank organically in the SERPs, not a local site. What pages need schema? All of them. Which don't? None of them. Do some pages need more schema than others? Yes. And no. And kind of. How about schema on WordPress posts and category pages? Do it. How's schema working with Bing? They're reading it. Where do I start with schema? Sign up for SIA, SEOintel.com, and take the schema course. And that will tell you what to do, what to get started, teach you how to read schema.org, and then it'll answer all of those questions for you more concisely. What is something that is a must do with schema? Actually do schema. Don't rely on plugins. Learn how to use schema.org, learn how to read that website, learn how to write your own schema, learn how to tell a story with your schema, learn how to describe your website in the header of your web page, so Google doesn't have to read the entire piece of content, and you can rank blank pages with just schema. Felix again. What do you do if you start a new website and you want to get it to 50K monthly ASAP visitors for Mediavine? Well, it's 10,000 now. They're Mediavine's letting 10,000 monthly visitors sites in now, so that's good, Felix. If you were wanting to start a brand new website, 10,000 visitors, I mean, realistically, with some good keyword research and a good understanding of the market, you could probably do that fairly decently within 6 to 8 months. Using long tail would be a combination of 100 search volume here, 100 search volume there, etc., because those are easy to get. You would have to also build links to and promote your content. So don't write 10,000 fucking pages of a website and go, look, I got a 10,000 page website and you got no backlinks. because if no one votes for you and you don't vote for yourself, i.e., you don't have internal and external backlinks, and your keyword anchor text, your anchor text is not proportionate to what should be for that market, you're not going to get anywhere. You'll see 3 to 5 months of growth, and then Google's going to bitch slap you. Algorithmically, that to me, it seems like the easiest way to measure trash over treasure is how many people vote for you and how many and do you bother to vote for yourself, and what is the average of across your website. And if you have a 10,000 page website, only 50, 20 pages are getting natural backlinks, and everything else is sitting out there in dud land. It would be easy to hit you during a core update, I would think. How did your test go with building linked lead with your link building tool? Danny, that's a good question. Still out there. It's still a test that's yet to be, reviewed. The problem, Danny, is 0 + 0 = 0. So you have a new S3 bucket, for example, and you create a new bucket. That bucket is a directory or a subdirectory on Amazon S3. Now it has no links. So there's 0, and then you put a new page in there, and that's 0. And so it's more than just using Lee Witcher's tool. You have to, leverage the tool and then build backlinks to the bucket and build backlinks to the pages in the bucket, etc. So once we figure out that little model or that little piece, that'll be something that will be in an SIA test. But right now, those two, Lee Witcher and Roman Barnes, are really supporting it, and they're actually getting some training and stuff going. As I understand it, I think they have a training class here scheduled. When is it? See if I can find it. I had it here. I think it's tomorrow. Um, I don't see it. I don't see it anymore. But I think it's tomorrow, and that's going to be interesting just to see, their ideas. How do you use my tool? Let's see. In the last episode, Corelight outputs HTML that can use for linking. Can you explain that in detail? What does Cora export? What do I run other links into that HTML page? Thank you. That's a lot. Can you explain that in detail? So the detail is pretty simple, really. You run Corelight. Corelight gives you an HTML document. It has your keyword on it, and you can format that page inside of Corelight however you want it to look. And then there's a table underneath it that gives you the recommendations. Sidebars got variations and entities. All this stuff's inside of the HTML code. So at the end of the day, you have a lightly optimized page for the keyword that you're trying to rank for. I say lightly optimized because it doesn't have H1s, H2s, and all that madness in there, etc. But it's still relevant. And then the URL is relevant because your keyword is in there, and the title tag is relevant because the software automatically puts the keyword in there. So now you have this HTML document that's saved on your hard drive, and you upload it to a server under a domain name, and you make it live. And now you have a backlink using your domain name is essentially what it does. So digitalear.com, for example, #1 is ranking #1 for this keyword, and then it has digitalear.com and digitalear.com. Under the default way that Corelight is set up is the backlink to your website. And you upload it to a domain name, you upload it to a cloud, and now you have a backlink to a website. That's in detail. Quora has a 7.2 has a keyword parking document, is lack of a better term for it, and it just has a whole bunch of video. It has a whole shit ton of data that's inside of it that you can also use for link building if you want to. It's got a function in there called the keyword parking tool, and you can randomly generate different sets of videos and images and headings and stuff like that inside of an HTML document and go to your heart's content. You can do it that way. The 7.2 is the current version. 7.5, the beta that was released like a year ago and hasn't been updated yet, is has a output for maps. It's got an output for nearby. There's like two or three different nearby um, like geo relevance documents that it outputs, etc. So there's plenty of opportunity for using that for link building as well. Uh, it'll be better when and if 7.6 gets released and people can actually articulate and see that thing working. But at this point in time, I've given up on actually that happening. So, but we'll see. I don't know. I can been wrong plenty of times before, but if you want to start your own parasite websites or build a network of them, how would you go about it? Well, the idea of parasites, Tim, is that these are websites with high authority, and then they're not yours, and you go and buy the opportunity to do a post on them, or you have access as a writer on them, and then you rank them. Those pages will generally rank higher because they have all this authority, etc. So if you're going to buy your own websites to do all that on, and you're going to buy, let's say, true authority sites, you're going to need some pockets, and you wouldn't need a whole bunch of them to pull that off. The other side of that is you can do what everyone else, the 99% of us do, is create private blog networks. And then on those private blog networks, if you have these websites set up properly and they're, you're a good blog network creator and developer, publisher, these websites are generating their own amount of money, etc. And you can sell them. You can sell guest posts on them. You can rank them, and then you can interlink everything, make them more powerful, and then your network links to your properties, and everything kind of compounds itself. So, plenty of ways to go about building your own networks. But when you're not, and just in regards for terminology, Tim, if like you said, oh, I own a bunch of parasite websites today, everyone would think that you own a whole bunch of authority sites that people are buying content of and they rank well, versus a PBN. Or so just stick with build a network of websites, monetize those websites the best you can, either through selling guest posts, selling links on them, selling advertising space, being a publisher, and that's totally fine. And then you can grow those networks as you wish. I think I'm not entirely sure the number, but like Fox News, for example, has 17,000 websites, and they're by far not the largest online publisher. If it's good enough for them, it's totally good enough for us to do, a couple hundred of them. If you can maintain a couple hundred of those websites and keep the flow of new content coming in and maintain them from a technical perspective, then why not do it and monetize those together? And if you're hit by an update on one website, you've got another 99 that are doing just fine, kind of thing, then you're okay. Hopefully that helps that answer that question, Tim. All right, let's go here. Vinay, good morning. No questions on the live stream. That's awesome. Okay, so, all right. That's the end of the questions. That's good. Ta-da. All right, so here is the announcement for the day. I have, as you know, I've been working out every morning, or you may not know, but I go to the gym every morning, and you spend a couple hours in there and you think about your business and you lift and or you're doing cardio, etc. And you're like, what's going on? What can I do to improve, etc. And one of the things that I've been doing since 2015, 2016, I think 2016 is when I started SEO This Week, was a weekly live show. come on, answer your questions, talk, blah, blah, blah. I talk about the news, blah, blah, blah. And that's all fine and dandy. But also, over the course of that period of time, my membership really hasn't grown all that much. My viewers haven't grown all that much. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, my fault. Well, both of them are actually my fault. One, I don't promote the show as much as I probably should. I don't run no ads. I don't, and I don't. I talk about it kind of in passing, etc. And that's just kind of life, how it works out for me. It's not your fault. I just don't promote the show all that much. And any growth that I do have is actually from the users. And as you can see, the growth is actually pretty slow. And I think the growth is slow because, well, these formats are cool for most people. They can listen to me blah, blah, blah in the background, and they know that I'm going to be able to answer the random question they come up with or etc. For the most part, YouTube just really doesn't appreciate the live as much as they do recorded content. And that's not your fault. It's just the way YouTube is, right? And you can probably attest to it in your own watching things. Like, how many live streams do you really watch consistently all the time? And you're always there and you're always on the schedule. Then versus someone's Julian Goldie or Jackie or Diggity or whoever you watch, Will Tennyson for fitness and stuff. You watch those guys and you're watching the recorded stuff, and you're not really, every once in a while it's a great feature or it's a great surprise to get to jump on a live with them. And so, with that being said, episode 79, which is 2 weeks away, is going to be the last live of SEO this week. I'm not going to do it anymore. All the SEO this week episodes will be recorded, and I'm going to come up with a cool format for them, etc., so that you actually learn some stuff that you want to learn verse and watch something that you want to watch. They're going to be concise, kind of learning like how I like to learn, like get to the point, mofo. Is kind of what those videos are going to be about. And that's, at the end of the day, it's about trends, it's about time, value, etc. And where can I invest my time the best that I can be. So if you want the live experience and hanging out with me and talking with me and getting to ask your questions, etc., you're gonna have to join SEO Intel and get into the weekly AMAs. And those will continue for the SEO Intel people. They can and have that to still depend on. I'm going to continue to do them, SEO Intel folks, at 10 a.m. So, but versus you guys having to sit for an hour and listen to me, blah, 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 and then get to ask for questions after we just start right up at 10. And that'll make everything easier for you guys. So you can come out with your notes, come out with your questions, and get a better use of your time. And I think that I'll get a better use of my time because I can enhance some of my skills of video production, etc. With you guys, find new ideas and new cool things to actually implement and test. And it'll give me much more time to provide you guys with what I would feel is better content. So, as an example, um, there's a lot of AI stuff out right now. The make.com stuff, for example, that would be a good thing. Like, I could figure out how to do something with make.com. I can make the diagrams. Then I can go back and show you what I did and how I made it and give you my diagram. and then you can go check that out and test it for yourself and bring that feedback to me, and we can put it in and do SEO testing in the wild, as it were, right? That kind of stuff. And I think that'll be um, much more useful, not only for you as a consumer of information, but for me as a producer of information, where I am not um, randomly spending an hour here, blah, 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 to you guys, and not getting all that much in return. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, I want to be like, what's the name? Stuart Vickers or Matt Diggity or Julian Goldie or Jackie. I'm never going to be um, those those guys, right? It's just not never been my style. You guys ever met me in person? I'm doing a lot of talking now compared to what I even do in person. So it's but at some point you have to make smart decisions. And if you listen to Alex Hermosi, for example, doing things that are a whole bunch of little things to make your little income versus doing one or two really good things to make some good income makes a lot more sense. So while I do like all you folks at SEO this week, and that you get to come and engage with me and ask your questions and stuff, I have two businesses that I have to nurture, develop, and grow. Digital Ear and then the SEO Intel brands. I got to grow both of those businesses, and I can't do that investing a whole hour of my time to chat it up with you folks. I need to invest in the time and invest in the people that are investing in me and giving me money to help me grow my businesses in exchange for me helping them grow theirs. And that's where the SEO Intel Live AMA, the number one feature that comes in. So just so you all know, be aware, I'll say it again. SEO This Week, episode number 79, is the last episode of SEO This Week in the current live form. And I thank all of you very much for coming, especially if you are a consistent viewer and you shared and you asked questions, etc. Um, you will always continue to be able to ask questions, and I will always answer them. And we're going to do that. How am I going to do that? You say, how the hell are you going to have that? Are you going to ask me questions, or am I going to ask you questions, and how are you going to answer them? YouTube has a shorts feature, and I'm going to use your questions, and I will create shorts out of them and give you the pointed boom. It's the 1 minute answer because YouTube Shorts, I think on my phone is maximum is 1 minute. But if it takes longer, then I'll actually use your questions to ask to answer those in a longer form, but concise form. So I think it's gonna work out. It's gonna be better for you, be better for me, and we won't have a bunch of junk out there anymore. I don't want to be contributing to the junk. I make enough junk. I don't even want to make any more. So, all right, you guys got the questions in the form or the chat fill in here. Let's see. Good morning, Skylar. How's the maps learning process going for you? It's going pretty good, actually. I got Brock Misner's new course. He's got some new things, new ideas in there. One of the, I guess I can give it out. Well, I don't know. Well, one of the things he's got is a modification to the format of the business names. And I'm fucking scared to actually try it, but I want to try it because they said everyone's doing it, saying it's working good. So I'm going to try that one out. And then the link building stuff is kind of that's natural to me. So, but I'm not into. I haven't reached the link building stuff in his course yet because I'm going through the whole. I want to go through it as it was created to get an honest assessment of what's going on. But I'm going to do a video. He gave me a full disclosure. He gave me a copy of it. So I want to do a video for you guys and I'll show you what's in there. I'm not going to I like just give you a tour of what's in there so you can go, oh, those are things that I know, or these are things I don't know and I want to know. So you can make a better buying decision off of that. But they'll hook you up. Just wait a couple days for that. Vinay, I didn't want to get another verbal bitch slap. Skylar, sounds like an exciting exchange, exciting change. Clint, thank you, sir. Vinay is long time watcher. Just want to say thank you very much for the live events. Really appreciate all you provided the community. It's been definitely been my pleasure, Vinay. I do enjoy the live shows. I do. Um, it's definitely more of a passion than it was a moneymaker. And as I like to finally say, it's better to be real world rich than internet famous. And one of these days, I'll figure out how I can pull off both. Sean Lewis, I don't watch Goldie or Diggity. Yours is the only SEO channel I turn into with a time difference. Sometimes we should. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sean. I think that um, it's also highlights for you. Like most, I get a lot, Sean, is people just can't make the lives. Um, so I think upping. I'm obviously not going to be not going to fucking turn a studio into my house or anything. I'm going to have casual conversations with you like this, inside of recorded things. But I think that'll be better for, especially for you folks that are overseas and you just can't catch the lives. And then as we get more people watching and more subscribers through more promotion, then I can ask more of your questions. I'll get more of your questions, and then you'll get the shorts or the long versions of your questions answered to you. And I think that'll, at the end of the day, that'll provide the best value for everybody. I'm hoping. One, hey, Clint, thinking about testing out creating a marketplace website to expand the general directory. Any tools or scrape other marketplaces? You would have to define marketplace. Like, what are you trying to do? If you're listening to those clowns that say, "Oh, you should have an affiliate site and then put an e-commerce section on there," I'll tell you straight up, don't fucking do that. It's a stupid idea, in my opinion, and it's a waste of time. But if you're gonna do a legit, like you got a directory for, I don't know, let's say Phoenix, and Phoenix has a, well, I'm sure a lot of places have them, but like swap meets, and you can create a virtual swap meet. Think like Facebook Marketplace, but you're doing it just for Phoenix and your Phoenix small business website. So you have these small businesses that are listed: roofers, plumbers, home contractors is probably a good pick, or a bunch of restaurants, or however you want to crack that egg, and for your directory, and then have they sponsor like a marketplace where you people can sell their stuff, like like I want to say, yeah, Craigslist would be a good example. That kind of, or Facebook Marketplace, that kind of atmosphere, and then you can use that cross promotion to promote. You can rank for the businesses that are promoting themselves and getting a lot of natural traffic. You rank for that, and then the people come to see your site. Then they're like, "Oh, you also have this marketplace where you can buy and sell stuff from people that are around you." That would be pretty cool to do. In regards to tool sets, I don't know of any. I would probably, if it was me, I would start at Code Canyon and work my way out in regards to finding a solution to actually power that for you. Uh, Juan, Sean, thank you very much. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Cyprian, Romania. Nice. That's a cool ass name, not gonna lie. All right, we got some more questions over here. We usually watch the replay of 1.5. Yeah, see, I do the same too, Israel, especially on longer videos, speed it up because I just like get to the point, clown. Do you still do a cup of coffee for donations? Makes sense. Thank you for your infinite shares. Tall Paul. Those are all, and he's in the Zoom. So, again, the SEO Intel folks, you guys will continue to get the live AMAs. Those will start for you on time at 10. Derek, I use Shopify for my ecom. Lately, I've been getting a lot of foreign backlinks to product images. Since Shopify uses a CDN host images, do the links matter at all, or should I disavow them? I would stay on top of that and disavow them. And because unless you do any image link building, i.e., taking your product images and putting them on off of your direct website and putting them on third-party sites intentionally. Unless you do that, I would reach out to Shopify and see if they can just hot link your images so that it would show a default banner ad for anyone trying to rip your images off. And then essentially everyone would show just this new banner to your shop on their pages versus your product images, and that'll save you a whole lot of drama. But yeah, product images, if you're not on top of them, Google will punish you for your image backlinks, especially from the scraper platforms. Trust me, I'm still fucking dealing with that madness to this day on a information site that is an authority site, and because they were popular and they were at an authority site, people linked to them, scraped their images, scraped their articles, scraped their full HTML code, and Google punished them and then wiped them out in the succession of several core updates and not so core updates. So, yeah, stay on top of this. Disavow this. Do it once a quarter. You already noticed it. You see it happening once a quarter. Set your reminder. Update your disavow file. Righty. Cool. 10:43. Well, YouTube, thank you very much for watching. And again, SEO this week, 79, the last live episode. So if you want to jump in and take advantage of the live, then you got what, 2 more shows to knock that out, 2 more weeks. Otherwise, join SEO Intel, SEOintel.com. Sign up to the SEO Intel membership where you can come in and have the live AMAs with me, come ask and talk about your business and safety. And it's not recorded for posterity for the whole world to see, etc. And you can leverage everything else inside of SIA that you can get, i.e., the test results, the courses, and the community. And I appreciate all of y'all, and I'll see you